chosen as the member of the parliament. He had high position in there, and he got everything that he never got before, such as he had luxurious house, many cars, and many excellent facilities, and also big salary. And he was so enjoyed his job, and he never forget to pray to the God to say thanks to him. He said in his prayer, "Oh God, I'm very happy today. I became a legislative. I'm so thankful to you, God. You are saved my life, saved my family." He was so thankful to God. At first, he worked diligently. He cared with the problems, and he liked to visit many disaster areas. But 2 years later, he was so different than before. He was changed. His attitude was changed. He became a stingy, an arrogant, a selfish, and lazy man. He often came late to the office, and he often lied to his boss and his wife. And maybe he had another woman out there. And the worst thing was he lied to make many fictive receipts. At that time, he became a character so that he had many projects everywhere, and he had some business partners. Why did he become a character? Because his family always asked him to fulfill their necessary, like to change cars, having much credit cards, having handphones, laptops, and so on. And all of his children wanted to go to study abroad, and of course, it needed much money. He so needed much money to fulfill their necessary. One day, the committee of remove the corruption investigated him. He was so shocked because they found many mistakes from his responsibilities. He was so nervous and stressed. He couldn't do everything, and he never wanted to confess his fault because he thought that there were many characters besides him, and he always tried to run away from the problem. Like he made a reason that he was sick or he was on another countries. Later, one by one, his wealth was confiscated. He lost everything that he had. He lost his cars, he lost his phones, he lost his laptops, and he lost his jobs. He was so stressed, and whole of his family was ashamed with him. When the judge punished him 15 years to be a prisoner, he couldn't do everything. He couldn't say everything, and he couldn't make a reason to run away from the problem. But after that, he was so regret, and he wanted to confess his fault. And he promised that he wants to be a character again in the future. Okay, I think this is my ending story. That condition show us that letter, and letter the true or the right thing will come in our country. Because we can see that many characters have been prisoned and judged in our country, and it means that Indonesia reborn. Thank you for your attention, and good afternoon.